who's that douche canoe? What you gonna do when I take a poo and it lands in your shoe? Woohoo! That's how I do, baby. What's up? Hey, who's that douche? Hey, where's the douche canoe segment, dude? What's going on, man? Hey, how come I'm just standing here like an idiot? Oh, wait. Yeah. Anyway, hello. Good morning. Welcome to Monday. As is still in bed because Mondays suck, and you suck, and this show sucks, and I'm done. So I'm going back to bed. And hi, Hez. Actually, never mind. He's awesome. You guys are.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Monday. Anyway, hi. How you doing? Welcome to the show. It's Monday. We're here. It's a new week, and oh man, hide and seek. I wasn't here Friday, so I guess there's quite a bit to go over. I don't know, man. Sorry. See, all right. Anyway, we'll get into all that. Let's see who's here. Ladies and gentlemen, number one under the sun. Let's go. King Stew 2000. Say good morning, all. That's everybody. That's all, yes. Yeah, it's sweet as cherry pie. I don't know. Good morning, Highway Star. Welcome to the show. Greg Jonick, what's up? Nick Cody's in the house. Yeah. Paco say, yo, my peeps, good. Let's see. Highway Star, Terry Barnes, yeah. The Lessonator, good morning, everybody. Let me see those smiles. Smiles and miles and smiles. Let's go. David E. Person says a frauditor frauditing a candy store was bored and swapped all the sweets into different raptors. You know, dinosaurs, raptors. No, rappers. And I don't mean Jay-Z or whatever his name is. The owner was furious. She got her Snickers and a Twix. Instead of getting her Knickers and a twist. Highway Star, David Persons, Greg Jonick, Black Heart Knight, what's up? All right. See, Black Heart Knight, Donna Ray, what's up? Victoria B, how's it going? Great to see you. Who else? Greg Jonick, Highway Star, Terry Barnes, Sathel's in the house, what's up? Punch your ticket for WrestleMania 41. Look out. Greg Jonick is here. What's up? He gifted five Frauditor Folly memberships. Thank you so much, Greg. Here's your happy dance. All right, yes. The one and only Griffey is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Mr. Thomas is here. Good morning, Heads of the Rash family. Why can't you trust the king of the jungle? Because he's always lying. I got the email, Mr. T. What's up? I got it. Yeah. Let's see. Cheeky Monkey, what's up? Lunchtime, I'm listening. All right. I love it. Welcome. All right. So that looks like that gets us all caught up for the morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome here. It's Monday once again. Oh, my goodness gracious me. The weekend was all right. Friday was, like I said, for those of you who follow know, I had some trouble with StreamYard itself on Friday, so I wasn't able to do the show. But, you know, it all turned out well now. The weekend itself was pretty cool because the boys came over here on Saturday, and then my daughter came here yesterday, and she spent the whole day here. It was cool because like they always pick a movie they want to watch, and my daughter, at this point, her two favorite filmmakers are Alfred Hitchcock and David Lynch. And she wanted to watch a David Lynch movie yesterday. And when the movie was over, her and I started discussing like what it was really about, like what the symbolism was for, this or that or whatever. And then my son, he said, Dad, I'm starting to think that he just does weird stuff just for the sake of it being weird. Like, I don't get it. It's just weird. And it's like, you can't really argue with the boy because David Lynch movies are weird. But there is symbolism behind it. You know, he doesn't just randomly throw stuff on the screen, but sometimes it does feel that way. But me and him did watch some Faulty Towers. And that was pretty cool. Yeah, we watched Faulty Towers, and me and my son watched it, and he loved that. Minnie has went to a band thing, like his school, because my older son plays trombone in the high school band, and I guess they start like in 5th grade getting this stuff together so that by high school they know what's up. So Minnie is interested. He's obviously already in the school choir, but he's also interested in being in band. And he went to the eye doctor because we knew he needed glasses, but the eye doctor is saying that his eyes were like way worse than we thought. And he's like so happy that we brought him in because he needs glasses so bad. He was afraid that he would like permanently damage his eyes even more the longer we waited to get him glasses. Right now, obviously, they ordered the prescription and we're waiting for them, but he's scared. He's afraid kids are going to pick on him and tease him and call him a nerd or 4 eyes or something like that. So, I don't know. It's an interesting process, but I hope everything turns out okay and, you know, they don't just make him not want to wear them. Chef M80's in the house. What's up, Chef? Lexi Ann, hey. Paul Cohen said during Passover, a rabbi was eating matzah on a park bench. A blind man was sitting there and he offered him some matzah. The blind man took it, felt it, and said, "Who wrote this crap?" This has got a lot of air holes, man. Very bumpy, very bumpy. Oh my goodness gracious me. Anyway, I love you guys. So we're gonna start the show. Mr. Thomas, a minute ago was asking about if I read his email. Yes. He sent me an email. I got a recommendation from him or a request for a video from 1A Audit's expose. And so by request of Mr. Thomas, we're going to check this video out and see what's up. Where is it? There we go. Yes. Fresh out of the oven, Frauditor. All right. Let's see. The volume's all the way down. There we go. Let's see what 1A Audit's expose has to offer for us, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel for another First Amendment expose. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Today I chose a video from Missouri Southern Accountability. In this video, a dense moron gets detained. Alright, let's do this.
What the heck
is that?
So today, my sweet audience, I have a body cam video of a new Frauditor getting detained, and he's super salty about it. This delusional young man is diving into the same usual grift from all the other Frauditors by auditing a bank with a mask, of course. And why frauditing a bank is just a stupid exercise of baiting for reactions, I hear you ask? Because a bank has nothing to do with the government, and peoples in there are citizens and not public servants. So you must be a pretty dumb prankster to do this type of little stunt for YouTube content. And it's great because that's exactly what he does. And he sucks at it. Look how he cuts the head of his subject. He posts his video in the wrong ratio on the side. So yeah, he's a donut.
That's a shame.
Enjoy.
Hey, this shit too funny, bro. Here we go.
Okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna leave the video like this. Okay. Now, here we go.
Hey, how we doing?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. What we doing?
Don't mind me asking, is your body cam on?
It is.
Okay. Why do you have your gloves on?
I always wear my gloves.
Okay.
Why you have a mask on?
Do I not have the right to have a mask?
Absolutely, but what are you doing filming the bank?
Exactly what it seems like.
For what?
Is there not a First Amendment?
There is a First Amendment.
However, First Amendment rights are not unlimited, and there are instances where recording could violate the law.
But you've got people concerned, so I'm just asking what you're doing.
So my right to record as people concerned. So you enforce feelings?
No, I'm just asking
Okay,
what
so
you're doing.
Why don't you enforce the law?
Get your hands out of your pockets.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's pretty cold, so
I understand.
I don't have gloves like you. So
So you want some?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
I like to have my hands in.
You got any ID on you?
Why would I need that?
I'm just wanting to find out who you are. You got a mask on. I can't see your face.
Exactly. We're in public.
You are. But you need to vacate in front of the bank.
And where am I at?
You're in Lake Ozark, Missouri.
Am I not on the public easement?
You are.
So why do I need to vacate the public sidewalk?
Because you've got people nervous and they want to know what you're
Are
doing.
you giving me a lawful order?
I am giving you a lawful order. You need to
Okay.
you need to move the area.
Let me ask you this.
Dude, young man, I'm not going to play this game with you.
waive your qualified immunity?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not going to play this game with
Waive
you.
your qualified immunity.
You need to step. You need to get
You
stepping.
waive your qualified
You need to get the step.
I'm asking you to pull out your sergeant. I'm asking you to get your sergeant.
I don't have to get my
Myers,
sergeant.
Sergeant Myers.
I don't have to do that.
Get Sergeant Myers. I'm asking you to get a sergeant here. You don't know the law.
Yeah, I know the law.
You're a dangerous man.
29 years I've been doing
You
it.
got your gloves on. You're ready to put your hands on me.
I'm not going to put my hands
Take
on
me
you.
to jail.
My hands are on my
You
vest.
gave me a unlawful order to vacate when I'm on a public sidewalk.
You are on a public
So
sidewalk.
why would I need to leave?
I'm giving you a lawful order
Am I
that you
free-
need
am
to
I free-
vacate in
am I
front of
free
the
to
area.
go?
Young man, I'm not. Yeah,
Am
you're
I-
free to go.
I'm free to stay.
What?
That doesn't make sense.
So clearly, this dude just learned the classic script. He's dropping all those lines one after the other without even comprehending a tiny piece of it.
And you repeat everything they say. The good, the bad, and the fucking horrific.
In Missouri, like in most states, there's something called loitering, and it's exactly what you're doing. And guess what the penalty is? Yeah. By the way, I know you guys never read past the Fifth Amendment, but there's more on the list, like the 10th Amendment, for example. You should check.
You need to vacate the area.
I'm not vacating.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
Then you go with me then.
So you're gonna put your hands on me.
I am. Turn around.
I asked you to put. I asked
Turn
you
around,
to
put your
get
hands
Sergeant
by-
Myers.
I'm not going to put. I'm not getting Sergeant Myers. I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers. You're gonna jail. Don't. You gonna? Hey, he threw my phone down. On
I sure did.
He threw my
I sure
phone
did.
on the ground, guys.
Yeah,
Threw my phone on the ground,
I
guys.
sure did.
Why'd you do that? Can you get my phone, sir? I'm asking you. Do you not want to get Sergeant Meyer out here?
No.
Why
I'll take you to him.
Why not?
Even better, huh?
You're gonna unlawfully arrest me.
I'm not arresting you. I'm just detaining you.
For what crime? For what crime? For what crime? Don't turn my phone on. Don't turn my phone on. That is my First Amendment to record. Do not turn my phone on. Do not turn my phone on. Do not.
It hasn't been recording since your phone was right.
Okay.
So how do I turn it off?
He turned my phone off.
How did I turn your phone off?
You threw it on the ground.
The screen won't stay off.
Exactly. You threw my phone on the ground.
On up here, okay?
That's fine. I'm asking you to Sergeant Meyer out here. You're making a mistake.
What's your name?
I'm not telling you my
Well,
name.
you're failing to identify yourself, so that's why
What crime have I committed?
you're failing to identify
What is your
yourself.
reasonable articulable suspicion I committed a crime? What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
Because you were failing to identify
What
yourself.
crime
So, yeah, a cop can ID you if he was called to a scene or if he has a reasonable suspicion that something is illegal. And guess what, buddy? Filming a bank with a mask is suspicious. But you know it, and that's why you're there.
That's right.
Hey, can you come to Central Bank and see if you can identify this subject? He's been asking for you for the last 5 minutes.
Like light out that I cited.
Yeah.
He's been. So I know his name. I just can't think of it right now.
Gave him an awful order to move out in front of the bank. He's got people nervous, and he's failing to identify himself. So there's no reason.
How long has that gentleman been out here?
I don't know for sure. He's been out there a little while.
About a half an hour.
We've had customers in the drive-through. They're upset because they're like, we don't want him filming us in the car. And he never come in here,
Okay.
but he's been out there and filming cars as they're going.
Do you want him trespassed from here?
I'm sorry.
Do you want him trespassed from here?
I don't know. I know we got an email saying that as long as they're on public property and the sidewalk is public property, that we really can't do anything about it.
Right.
So I don't know.
Or I know he's failing to give us a location. So
Okay.
he's not doing that. So that means he's at this time being detained.
Okay.
But I need to know from you guys if you guys want him trespassed from this property.
Well, I've tried to get a hold of our security officer, and he's not answering.
Okay.
Let me see if he's got a cell phone that we can call.
Okay.
In just a minute.
So you said about 30 minutes he's been out here?
People were coming in, they were getting very close. The one they decided to get out of my car. I didn't know what was going on.
Was he like antagonizing them, harassing them, or just
Well, he was
pointing the
the
camera?
lady was in the second guy that called and said, there's a guy out here in front of my car, out there, pointing at me, and I don't like it.
Okay.
And I said, well, I am very sorry we're working on it.
So it's kind of it's a little gray because you know what I mean, because he's on the sidewalk, and once you're out in public, which means once you leave this parking lot, because this is private property, once you leave this parking lot, you can be reported. Anything you want can be recorded. Yeah, you have no right to privacy in the public.
Well, it looks like this tyrannical pig knows your rights pretty well. And the ladies inside too say that they received information about it. So all in all, everybody sounds educated except you, buddy. You need education about the 10th Amendment and loitering and the right to detain someone during an investigation. I thought that frauditors were law-abiding citizens. What's going on?
Now, if he was like coming in here and they had signs up here in this private property that had signs up and saying that you're not allowed to record this, that, or the other, that's one thing. But if he's just standing on the sidewalk recording, then we can't really do a whole lot. No, he don't like to talk to us. He doesn't like to cooperate with the police. We've dealt with him a lot recently.
What? Another frauditors with an extensive criminal history? This is so strange, guys. It happens all the time.
Now, he's been screaming and hollering for you anyway. Says he knows you. That's what he said. He won't take his mask down. He won't tell me who he is.
Is your body cam on?
It is.
Sergeant Meyer. What am I doing?
You know his?
I'm familiar with him. I don't remember your name right off my head, but
What am I doing in cuffs?
well, he detained you for his investigation.
He couldn't tell me what crime I committed.
You failed to comply with a lawful order. I done told you.
What crime
I
have
told
committed?
you to get moving, and I told you to identify yourself.
What crime have I committed?
I just told you.
Before you were here on the scene, what crime have I committed?
None. Until
Okay,
you,
so why do I have to ID myself?
because I gave you a lawful order to do so, because I'm investigating on why you're standing out here in front.
You cannot reasonable. You cannot articulate. What crime I
Okay,
committed.
all right.
can't articulate what crime I committed.
Once you tell me who you are, you're going.
That is the. I can figure his name out.
Because what he was doing, he was standing here. He wasn't breaking any laws by being on the sidewalk. And I asked him, I said, hey, you've got people in here nervous. Would you mind stepping down the road for me? He goes, am I on a public easement? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, why is your fucking gloves on? I said, I wear them all the time when I deal with people. And he goes, well, I ain't fucking moving. I said, I'm giving you an order to get to stepping and identify yourself and pull your mask down. Fuck you, I ain't gonna do that either. I said, okay, if you're not gonna identify yourself, you're going in the back of my car until you identify yourself. But he wasn't breaking any laws. He's allowed to film all day long.
Mm-hmm. Did they ever tell him to leave or anything? Or was he ever on?
They're saying he was on the grass. Wolf's double checking, because if he was on this portion of the grass, that's technically theirs. That portion's not. Like I said, when I got here, he was standing on the sidewalk filming, which he's allowed to do.
Yes, he is allowed to film from the sidewalk, but the cops in this situation is allowed to ID him because of reasonable suspicion. If you frauditors are not happy with that, get involved in politics, get elected, and then make a proposition to change the law. But filming a bank to bother clients will do absolutely nothing about it.
But he says he knows you.
Well, he's done some video requests before. I know I can get his name. I know that. We haven't been a reporter too. I just can't think of it right off my head.
Wolf did a traffic stop on him here a while back.
Yeah.
But he's trying to find his name and he can't find it. Of course he locked it. Once he tells me his name, he's free to go.
I got his name. As long if there's no crime from on their end, then
okay. I'll wait for Wolf to come back, and then
we probably need to want to know if they're going to want to trespass him from here.
But I'm not going to play the game coming back every 20 minutes either.
They're not going to do anything about it. They don't want him trespass or anything.
Then why did they call?
I don't know. They said that they had customers coming in and coming to the drive-thru, coming on the call lines, saying that they felt unsafe and that he
didn't break any laws because he was on the sidewalk,
right? And saying that he was pointing at them, harassing them, and just doing all sorts of things, just basically pointing at the camera and pointing at them.
Oh, okay.
So he hasn't done anything aside from not identifying.
Yeah.
So that's it.
And there wasn't. So
they called us, but he put me in cuffs because I was not moving.
That's a detainment. He had an investigation to do here.
Y'all messed up. Y'all messed up extremely bad.
You always say that to us.
I've not always said it to you. I've only had one interaction with you.
But every time we've dealt with you, it's always us.
It is y'all. Officer Clayton Wolf does not know the law. He asked me where I get my law book from. I said I don't have to identify myself if I'm a passenger in the vehicle. He tried to fabricate probable cause by saying I didn't have my seatbelt on when I in fact did on camera.
Okay,
so
look.
he couldn't get my ID and identify me, so he doesn't know my name. Now you don't know my name because you don't remember the public record request that I submitted.
I just don't remember right off the top of my head.
He doesn't know my name because I never gave my name and or ID because I have not committed a crime.
Okay, and that may be the case.
Okay, so why am I still in cuffs?
Because we are in still investigation.
How do we know you're not a donkey-brained man?
We were called here for this.
Okay, so how long am I going to sit back here?
I'm going to talk to him. He went in to talk to them, and then we're going to figure this out. Give me another minute.
Is his body cam on?
Yes, it is.
Don't mute yours, and don't mute
the recording on
do
there?
not mute
you don't have
your
to show
body
him. You don't have to show him that shit.
Is there a crime here? Are they wanting
They
trespass?
don't want to trespass. They got
Okay. How about?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you done messed up. Put your hands on me like that. And I'm on a public easement. It broke no law. Couldn't articulate any kind of law that broke it, and you put me in handcuffs.
Wow! I sure did.
You messed my shoulder up, so I need medical attention.
Well, you're going to be free to go.
No, I need medical attention because you done messed my shoulder up.
Wow.
Look how he's handling me.
Just let him get the cuffs off.
I'm relaxing. Look how he's handling me.
Once he gets the cuffs off,
no, I need medical attention. I can't even feel my hand.
Call for a medical.
I can't even feel my hand, bro.
Okay, well, he's calling for you.
Damn, bro.
You're free to go.
But I can't even feel my hand. I need.
Here you go. Here's your shit.
I need an ambulance.
You know what's always good for shoulder pain?
What?
If you lick my butthole.
Snap. What am I doing wrong? You put me on their property now. I have not stepped on their property at all.
You're free to go.
But I've always been free to go, and I was free to stay.
You wasn't. You were detained until he could
But
investigate.
what crime have I committed?
That's what he was investigating.
What crime have I committed?
That's what he was investigating. Once he went in and talked to him, and they said there was no crime, you're free to go. You're out of cuffs. You can go.
But
My emotions! My emotions!
There's no report to be done. There's no crime committed. I did. I have the right to do that. I can detain you, but I'm done talking to you.
You want to ride to the fire station?
I need to see something. Someone needs to see my face.
If you want to ride, I'll give you a ride.
And that's how it ends with this Neanderthal troglodyte bitching and whining about his weak little shoulder while accepting a ride from this tyrannic sergeant. It's funny because he went to the bank knowing they would get nervous and call the cops. It's the goal all along. Then the cops show up and he pretends to be a victim. It's... This pathetic little grift is just getting sadder and sadder.
I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here, because it's getting ridiculous. It's really ridiculous.
All right, enough with this clown, my dear donut, like they say in the Philippines.
Utangin mo!
Shout out to the members. You're the reason why I will be exhibit at the zoo this summer. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let's expose those clowns one at a time. Bye-bye.
All right. Round of applause for 1A Audit Expose. Yes. Good stuff. So, yeah, man, that's holy crap, hammer sandwich sauce. See, this is it. Good morning, my tiny Chihuahua life. What's up? Hey, Lawrence, what's up? Lawrence Laurie, what's up? We got Florida June. Whoa, you dropped your Harley on Sunday. Lots of soreness. Did you drop it on you? Ouch! Those things are heavy, man. Oh, no, soliciting a trespass. Anyway, so, yeah, that's, hey, Lisa Alcazar's here. What's up? Donna, see, as far as I became aware of you recently. I don't know if you watched me before, but I used to have a Saturday show. And every Saturday I would have a different guest. I had Artie's Corporate Fiction up there. I had, I've had Blackheart Night a bunch of times. I've had Tones Overthinks It. I've had Dummy Kruger. I had a whole bunch of people. So, like, I used to do that all the time. That show was me and Cupcake, Frauditors News Network. It was our show. We did it together. And when she first started getting, her throat thing, the surgeries and everything, she couldn't speak for a while. And that's when we stopped doing it because she couldn't do it anymore. And now, it's a whole different world. Saturdays, I get my kids on the weekends now. Back then, I was here. Sometimes they were with me. But you've been watching me since COVID. All right. Well, that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. But so, yeah, like, I still have guests once in a while. And Schrodinger's cat. Yep. The great cat. So, but yeah, I mean, I could reach out to him. That would be fun. Speaking of which, Voodoo was telling me that there's something going on this Friday, that there might be somebody coming, but that he invited somebody to be on the show, but he won't tell me who. That's, crap.
That's right, it's a secret. You ain't gonna know until you see the show. I'm gonna keep it a secret, yo. I ain't gonna tell nobody, no. Ooh, it's gonna be a lot of fun. You have no ideas. And neither do you guys. Oh, Friday show is gonna be crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy. Oh, dang nabbit has.
A grizzly bear frauditor was asked why he was frauditing. He said, I can. The police officer said, okay, but why the pause? It's because I was born with them. Anyway, what I was going to say was, this thing with StreamYard keeps asking me to post this. I don't know what it is. It's an automatic thing from. Hey, look at this! We got $5 from Saito for a secret zap. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it.
What? Wait a minute! Just because I'm keeping Friday's guest a secret, you're giving me a secret zap? Oh, so that means it's not gonna happen on the air, right, Hez? Oh, crap! Oh, no! Oh, no, that hurt.
Dag nabbit. Settle down. That kid, he's crazy. I'm trying. I got my book on ventriloquism, but it's in Florida, so So anyway, so one of the things that I noticed these guys all do, and this kid did it because obviously he's newer to the whole frauditing thing and he doesn't have that much practice. So it was more blatant just now when we watched him do it. But they all do it to different degrees. He's just not good at it, so it was extremely blatant. But it's one of the many things they do that drive me nuts. It's like if a police officer walks up to them, it's like somehow, some way, somewhere, they got this idea in their heads that a police officer is not even allowed to talk to you unless you've already broken a law. Like if you just robbed a bank, then a cop could say hi. Or if you just stabbed somebody in the face, then a cop can say hello. But if a cop walks up to you and says hello and you didn't do any of those things, then he's lost his qualified immunity, he's going to jail, and you're going to sue him and make millions of dollars off the city because police are not physically allowed to approach you and to say words to you unless you broke the law. Because it, hey, what are you doing out here? What crime did I commit? What are you doing out here? What crime did I commit? I haven't committed a crime. Who said anything about anyone committing a crime? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Florida Jim for $2. Happy dance me. I dropped my Harley on Sunday. I heard. No. No, shut up. That's not funny. They didn't laugh, but there you go. That's more like it. All right. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. Dagnabbit. All right. Yes. Excellent, Mundo. See, that's what I mean. Like, okay, what law is that? Where in the law does it say that it's illegal for a police officer to speak words, that they don't have any rights when they're wearing the uniform? that they are forfeiting. Where's the paper that they signed saying that they're forfeiting their rights when they put the uniform on? That they're no longer American citizens when they put the uniform on. They're tyrannical tyrants. And their job is to, oh no, I'm sorry, they're slaves to us. And as soon as they put the uniform on, they are our slaves. Right? And that's why it's like silly. That whole philosophy to me is silly. And the reason why is because if that was 100% true, if the way these guys act and think about the police was accurate, then that means that I could just, SA women and rob banks and kill people. Why not? When the cops come out, just say, hey, I'm your boss. I'm telling you, don't arrest me. Oh, well, you told me not to arrest you, and I got to do what you say because you're my boss. Sorry. Goodbye. Have a nice day. Yeah, that's what that is. But yeah, it's an insane mentality, and it's a mentality that if it was true, then anyone would be able to just do anything, and the cops would be powerless to ever stop anybody, and it would just be anarchy and chaos. It'd be like the Purge in real life, 24/7, and it would never stop because the cops wouldn't have the power to stop anything. What do they do to this kid? Nothing. And that's the other thing that drives me nuts with these guys. It's like these cops will come. Hey, what's going on? Nothing. All right, well, let's find out what's going on. Okay, you're right. Nothing's going on. Have a nice day. How dare you, evil tyrants! I can't believe you did that to me. We didn't do anything. Did he get hauled off to jail? Did they lock him up? No. They held him for a minute because he wouldn't say anything, so they had to find out some other way. What if he was out there doing something bad? Oh, but he wasn't? Yeah, but what if he was? How do the cops know that? Do you really believe for a second that criminals don't lie? If I'm casing a bank to rob the joint, the cop says, what are you doing? I'm going to say, I'm casing the bank to rob the joint? No, of course not. I'm going to, I don't know. That's the same thing the frauditors do. Why? Why? That's the thing. It's like, well, I'm just doing this because I have a right to do it. That's a lie. How do you know that's a lie? How could you say that's a lie? How do you know what's in my head? Because you're standing out in front of a bank filming a bank with a mask on. Yeah, because legally I can. No, that's not why. Because why aren't you standing in the woods? Why aren't you standing in a park? Why aren't you standing anywhere other than in front of a bank? You specifically chose a bank for a reason. Because you know, unless you're that stupid, and then you're admitting how dumb you are, you know that standing in front of a bank with a mask on, whether you were filming or not, if you were just standing there staring at the bank, eventually people would notice and it would look suspicious. You intentionally did that on purpose to arouse suspicion, not because I can. You could not bother people and you could not cause trouble. That's something you can do. So why don't you do that? Because you can. You could walk into a building and be polite and be nice. But you don't do that. Why not? You can. So why not? If you only do things because you can do them. And that's your only motivation. Lexi Ann for $4.99. Have a great weekend, everyone. You have a great weekend, too. A great week, not weekend. What am I talking about? Hey, here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right, yes. All right. Yes. Hopefully we'll all have a great week. This week's going to be interesting. Because, Well, because here's the thing. So, because some snowflake will get upset. But this is the thing, right? Whether you think that they're overreacting or freaking out or whatever, the point is you go into it knowing that that's how people react to these situations. Especially when you talk about frauditors who've been doing this for any period of time at all. You watch video after video after video, people freak out. You'd think by now they would know. Like, you can't use that excuse anymore. They know people are going to freak out. Whether that freak out is an overreaction or not, you know they're going to do it. So you can't lie to me and tell me that you're not intentionally trying to bait that reaction unless you're lying or you actually are that stupid. Either way, you're an idiot. Either literally or just because you're an idiot. Idiot. Yeah, frauditors are dumb. Anyway, let's see what else we got here. How about good old some unclean hands, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Let's get this going. Where is it? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, unclean hands. All right.
Hey, welcome back, folks. Today I got a little video for you. It's another post office audit, I'm afraid. It seems to be the only thing anybody's doing anymore, so we'll have a look at it. It's a leaf audit. He goes to a post office, gets totally owned by the people that work there. And of course, he gets all upset and starts crying and whining and, First Amendment and all this crap. Anyway, let's get right into the video. It's pretty pathetic.
Spring, Texas post office. I'm getting a lot of complaints about this post office, so you already know what time it is. We're about to go check it out. See what's the issue in here.
It sounds like this poor guy's been sitting up all night answering the phone from people calling about this specific post office. Do you believe that? I don't believe a word of it. It's just another post office for him to go in and bother people and pretend he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, let's move ahead.
Let's go check around first.
And we're going to have about 10 minutes of just walking around, filming the post office boxes and stuff like that. So, of course, we're going to zoom through it because it's all dead air.
Excuse me?
Is your camera on?
You said what?
Is your camera on?
Yes, on.
You have to take it off. You can't take pictures or video inside a post office.
Why not?
We're a federal building. You have to have permission from the postmaster.
Who told you that?
It's written. It's a law.
It's not a law.
Yeah, it is. Go read the laws. They're posted on the wall.
Posted number 7 says I can.
No.
It is.
No.
No, it doesn't say you can. It says you need permission from the post office employees or whoever. Anyway, no, we all know you can't. Only people that are stupid enough to think they can are auditors. Go figure.
Yes, ma'am.
What are you doing? Are you videoing the customer?
I'm not videoing customers, no.
What are you doing? Why do you have your camera on?
I'm recording my visit.
I'm sorry?
I'm recording my
Are you a
visit.
reporter?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so what is it regarding?
Excuse me?
What are you regarding your video?
Maybe we can. I can't hear you from over there.
Okay, so I need you to put down so I can speak to you. I need you to put down that camera so I can talk to you, sir.
You can't talk to me if it's up.
Put your camera down so I can speak to you. I'm a supervisor. I'm trying to address the situation.
You're speaking.
I need you to put down your camera so I can speak to you.
You can speak to me now. You're speaking to me right now. Ma'am, I'm here to fill out a FOIA request.
I do not consent to be on camera.
That's cool, but you work for the public, so you're in public. So that's between. You should choose another job. Hey, I do this everywhere, brother.
That's right, you do, and you get trespassed out of 90% of the places you go in. You know you're not supposed to be filming in there. There are signs on the wall. You can read them, but You're too stupid. You can't read or something, I guess. I don't know.
$4.95 insert for chat. Oh, no. Are you doing cash? We can do cash.
No, it was a card. I thought it was
Just for you to fill out a FOIA form. Just want to fill out my FOIA.
Turn the camera off. I'm not waiting on you.
You're refusing to serve the public?
If your camera's on, yes.
Why?
You not consent to be filmed.
You're in public. There's not.
I am not in public. I'm in a federal building. I'm a federal employee.
You're a public employee.
Turn the camera off.
Ma'am, I'm trying to fill out a FOIA.
And guess which retard isn't going to get served today? He's not going to get served today. I'm sure he'll file a lawsuit and everything else. So let's just watch this idiot.
Are you not going to service me? You're refusing service because.
Oh, the return receipt or the one just like that?
The green one that comes back.
Well, I see why we get complaints from this post office. I see what's going on.
The only person that ever complained about this post office is you. Let's face it, you're an idiot.
I better serve you no cell phone use at window counter.
Well, I'll be darned. Not only do they have a poster 7, they also have another sign on the wall. To better serve you no cell phone use at the window counter. Very good, very good. And that is against the law to use your phone at the window counter. Maybe in the lobby, not in the part where they do business.
Now, folks, that's a rule, not a law. She doesn't want a camera, but there's a camera right there. I speak to the supervisor?
Yeah, she already tried to speak to you.
I talked to her. She didn't want to talk to me. I'm just trying to fill out.
Watch out. I'm closing. I'm going home.
All right, bye.
I'm not going to do it.
Bye.
Watch your head.
I'm out the way. You're refusing to serve?
I am until you turn your camera off.
That's going to be horrible.
No, it's not.
When it gets out, trust me, it's going to be horrible. This story's going to be...
Nobody's going to wait on people who are being filmed.
Miss Leanne. Miss Leanne. I'm trying to fill out a FOIA.
Freedom of Information Act? We don't have those here.
I can use a piece of paper and give it to you.
Just a scratch sheet of paper?
Yeah, of course. It's law.
Unfortunately, dude, before I lift a finger for you, you have to put the camera away.
Why?
Because it's the federal law. If
it's
you're
not
in a
federal law. Show me.
There is a difference between federal and state.
Sir, it's not federal.
It is. There's a big difference.
Come on. Let's go look. We'll go look together. And I'll show you also. I do this everywhere.
Okay, well, everybody guess what he's going to do. He's going to take it a poster 7. He's going to read down as far as he wants to, and then he's going to quit before he gets to the actual part that, applies to him.
I got that. Go on a military base and try that, and I guarantee you,
bro,
you will not
military. You're comparing the military base to post office.
I'm former military, so
you're comparing. No, listen.
Federal
just take a deep breath. Listen to what you're saying.
Completely relaxed.
You're saying you're comparing.
That you don't,
I'm not upset.
You don't want to be filmed, or that you're not allowed to film.
No, I'm allowed to.
That's one thing.
I'm allowed to.
But you have to take those up with the.
What's your name, brother?
The post office. What is it? The postal postmaster inspector general. You have to take that up with
brother.
him.
What's your name? What's your name?
Luke Skywalker. Nice to meet you.
Hey, you're gonna look a fool on YouTube today.
That's fine, man. But I'd look more like a fool if I gave you actually certification.
Now you look like a fool because you're not. And I'm about to show you right on this poster where I'm allowed to. Poster 7, you're in the right area.
Yeah.
And look, we're about to read it together.
Must be with the permission of the local postmaster.
Read.
Did you catch it? She's reading the part he doesn't want to hear. He goes, no, that doesn't apply to me. I'm special.
From the beginning, photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, and foyers.
Okay,
We're in the lobby.
Entrance?
Lobbies.
This is the lobby. That's the counter.
That's a foyer.
That's not the foyer. The
Yes, it
foyer's
is.
out here.
Ma'am, so you just said that I need permission, but right there, no, I don't need permission. Which one is it?
News,
I just told you I was when you asked
Do you
me.
have your credentials?
What credentials?
If
do
you
news
work
get?
for a news agency, you would have credentials.
What credentials would I
Media
have?
credentials.
I
Press
don't-
credentials.
That doesn't say that.
Right,
That doesn't mean anything. So you're being ignorant.
No, I'm not being ignorant.
Yes, you are. You
No,
just
you're
read.
making up stuff.
No, you told me to go look at it, and it told me that I could do it. So not
Because if you are not a member of the press,
Miss Leanne, you're silly.
that is the lobby. That's the vestibule.
Miss Leanne, you're silly.
See,
This
I'm
is a foyer right here.
This is not the foyer.
Yes, it is.
This the
I'm trying to fill out a foyer.
No.
Miss Leanne.
Nope, no service for you, dumbass.
Miss Leanne is very mad. I don't know what she's mad at. She told me to go look at it, and it said that I could, and now she's saying that now she's mad because it didn't say what she thought it did.
What are you talking about? She told you exactly what it said, you asshole.
Where, can you show me where the federal? Because it says that I can.
Federal information.
But no. She told me to go look at it. It's over there, and I saw it says that I can record. She said that I couldn't, but the law says that I can. I know because I do this everywhere.
What makes you think that we have Freedom of Information Act forms?
You don't need the form. I told you I can fill out on a scratch piece of paper. I got to turn it into you. It's up to y'all to turn it into whoever you can send it to, your internal whoever, and y'all have to get back to me within 20 days. I do this everywhere. I know what I'm doing. I'm not. You think I'm just a random person walking in here with a camera and I'm just being dumb? No, I do this everywhere.
Rules. I mean,
they're not rules. There's no rules.
I had no dealing with that. I just follow the rules. If they say no cameras.
Who says that? I just told you on your sign.
The postmaster.
Sir, on your sign over there, you can go look and read it like she did. It says that I can record.
The sign doesn't.
Where's the postmaster? Where's the postmaster?
Not here. He's probably at the.
Can you call the
Woodland?
Can you call him?
The supervisor already back there.
All right, can you go get her? Yeah, she doesn't know better, but y'all gonna get educated today.
Because I'm already.
You don't have no customers. Nobody's here for you.
But again, even if you are the only customer, if you're filming, I'm not gonna lift a finger.
That's cool. Can I get a piece of paper and so I can at least document it? Y'all gonna get in trouble. It's documented that it's by law. You have to service me for by law.
By law, you have to.
And there's another misconception that these people believe that they have to be waited on. If they're causing a disturbance, nobody has to wait on them. Nobody.
Forms. So there's just
you at least being professional. I have no beef with you. You at least being.
No, I got you. But I'm telling you,
but you just miseducated.
No, cool. Forms.
I'm just saying you miseducated on the law. But go ahead. Yeah. No, you go ahead, G. Let me get a piece.
Right, he's miseducated on the law. And why don't you carry around a sheet of paper with you to fill out blank FOIA requests? Why do you always expect the place you go to provide you with everything you need? Jesus Christ, grow up.
Mr. Luke Skywalker. What's the name of this post office? Yes, sir.
This is so pointless and tedious. I'm going to go ahead and cut out a whole bunch of this video where he just stands there like a moron.
What's the name of this post office?
Klein Post Office.
Klein Post Office, appreciate it. Mr. Skywalker. So this is my FOIA. This is my contact information, 713audit@gmail. Like I said, I do this everywhere. I'm documenting that I gave it, that you're receiving it. It's by law. Y'all have to.
So
by law. I'm telling you.
I don't have to lift a finger. I don't deal with none of this. The only thing I do is just read
you don't have to do anything. You have to get it to the appropriate person. Can I speak to your post manager? Like, can I please talk to her? She doesn't know, but by law, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. Trust me. Trust what I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, dude, you're wrong. And here's why. If you do this on a military base, I guarantee you, you will be surrounded by.
I'm not talking about. I'm at a post
federal
office.
entities or federal entities, regardless if it's the state capitol or if it's the post office.
Sir, do you want to?
And if you want to try and just to prove my point, go on a military.
Why would I go to? I'm at a post office.
If you can do it anywhere.
I didn't say that. You said that. I didn't say that. No, I didn't.
You told me.
I didn't tell you that.
I told you this is a federal building. You can't do that. And you argued and said I can do it anywhere.
Look, all right,
it's in the public.
Let's see where it's at. I'm at a post office and I can do that. You want to look at my YouTube page and you can see that I do it everywhere I go, all around the country. Cool. I do it all around the country. By law, you have to respect that. So.
I don't know why these people have to try to be so right about something they're so wrong about. They don't have a clue what they're talking about most of the time. And this guy is a perfect example. Just spitting out facts that don't really make any sense. It's nonsense.
Crazy. He said I'm gonna have a lawsuit.
Oh, good. Now he's gonna stand there and talk to himself for 5 minutes. Oh, good Lord.
Causing a disturbance.
So the supervisor is currently engaged with the phone call regarding other.
That's cool, but as long as you accept it, that's all. That's cool.
She took it, but
that's cool.
She says, I don't know what she does with it from here.
Yeah, I know that's gonna be on her. That's cool, but I'll be back. But that's on her. As long as I got it documented that you received it, that's all I needed. And we're out, folks. This post office is out of line. They're out of control, and we will be back. Hey, audit. These people are crazy. Spring, Texas. You got some cans here. You're welcome. You got some Karens in Spring, Texas, and we're going to post the address and everything so we can file our complaints.
Yes, sir. He certainly did accomplish some feats today. All the complaints he got last night, he had to come down and check it out, of course. And he found corruption everywhere he looked. Anyway, this is so pointless and so useless. They all do the same exact thing, and it's just crazy. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, all right, all right. Round of applause for Unclean Hands. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sauce is the boss. Translation, go harass that post office. Yeah, right? I'm going to put the address and the phone number and everywhere else so you could not call flood them, right? Oh, man, people are crazy. Anyway, we got about 20 minutes to the cupcake dance. So I want to see, what do we got here? We got a, let's see. I got one that's close to 20 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, how about another video from Black Heart Night, the one and only? Yeah, let's do it to it. Mountain Dew, do it to it. So cool and smooth when you got a thirst. When you drink it, I never really knew the words. Do it to it, Mountain Dew. Yeah, yeah. But real quick before we get on though, I do think that it is very telling that he says poster 7, she goes up to it, points to it and says, look, it says right here, only with permission from... No, don't read that part. Don't read that part. She's wrong. See, did you hear how she's wrong? See? Oh, these guys, they're so dumb.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in Rock County, Wisconsin, with the frauditor known as Tyrant Terminator Audit, as he demands his right to film patients in a counseling center, but he's denied access. And then he goes to the local sheriff's department to file complaints and see the higher ups, because you know he's a butthurt moronic frauditor who's never pulled his head out of his own ass to see how the world really works. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this freaking S show on the road, shall we?
What's good, TTA fam? Back at y'all with another one. And today we're in Janesville, Wisconsin. Janesville. And we're just getting ready to see if they respect our rights to record in public. Make sure rights are not infringed on by anyone at any time.
So you want to make it your right to trample on the rights of mental health patients? Yeah, okay. Why don't you stay around at a mental health facility and see how much you like it when somebody comes in and will treat you like trash? Oh, wait, that's right. You're a frauditor. You don't have any empathy toward anybody else. And that's what sets frauditors apart from many other people in this world. We at least have empathy. These guys don't give a shit about anybody other than themselves.
Soon after.
Good morning.
Morning.
How can I help you?
This is the job service department right here.
Job service is right around the corner in the resource room.
Okay, you guys, it's just reception.
We are reception. So the building is all human services and job center, which is a number of different private and state and nonprofit organizations.
Okay.
As well as some human service partner organizations that are subcontracted to provide services.
Okay, cool.
We got a conglomerate here.
Oh, well, all right. Appreciate it.
Now, this video is an hour long, and most of it is him just talking in circles. I only was able to get less than 20 minutes of usable footage out of there because of his circular arguments. But hey, they're the best 20 minutes of the video. Now, from this point, he just wanders around for a while, filming everything in sight, and he ends up in the mental health facility of the building where cameras are not allowed, and well, that becomes his target. He is then confronted by the director of the facility. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, shall we?
Moments later.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Greg?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what can I do for you?
What's your name?
I don't really want to give it.
You don't want to give it? Okay. There's maybe, I don't know if you saw, we have a couple of signs that say that in this area there's no recording or photography.
Yeah.
Did you notice those?
The sign on the door?
Mm-hmm. And there's a sign over there on the wall.
Yeah, I understand. It's just a sign, though. It's just like it's kind of like a suggestion.
No, it's not a
Because it's not against the law to record in public. You know that, right? You do know that.
We've put the signs on there to distinguish between what's a public area.
And this is one. This lobby is public. Anything past those restricted doors back there, those key card doors, that's private, of course. But this lobby where everybody's at, the public area, this is public area all day long.
So I'm asking you not to record in here.
Yeah, I understand. If you're asking, then I respectfully decline.
I'm telling you that we have a rule against recording in here.
Yeah, but it's not a law, sir. So we just follow the law. We have a right to do it. See, it's bigger than even a rule or a policy. The First Amendment guarantees that we have a right to do this, to film public officials in the course of you guys' duties.
Sir, you're refusing to follow those guidelines?
Well, refuse, when you say refuse, that makes it sound like I have to do it. So I'm choosing not to. You don't want to use the word refuse. I just choose not to let you guys infringe on my rights today.
I see.
And plus, I have to file a public records request with you today anyway. So.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your answer to that.
And then it's Greg, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, Greg here played it smart. He didn't argue, he didn't engage, he just walked away because it's a losing game to argue with a narcissistic moron such as James here. He has no concept of HIPAA, he has no concept of decency or anything like that. I mean, this is a mental health facility, but you know what? He might as well go ahead and stay and talk to the counselors and everything like that. Like that'll do any good because this guy's a complete mental case, far beyond anything that these guys can treat here.
Later.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, officer?
Not too bad. I'm Deputy Barr. Deputy Spade.
How you guys doing, man?
Not too bad. So I understand you're a First Amendment auditor?
Yeah, I was trying to explain to this young man what I came in to do today was first thing we tried to come in and do was exercise our rights to just to record in public, making no efforts to go past anything restricted and to fill out a public records request. So both of those are guaranteed rights.
Okay.
So, and I was trying to explain it to him. I'm not sure if he's familiar with it, but
So
that's why we're here.
You weren't in a specific room, though?
Oh, absolutely not. They're right now, literally in the lobby. Even the young lady that's at the desk there that just helped me with my request.
Sure.
I spoke to her. No, there's no expectation to privacy in public, but I can understand past a restricted door.
Okay.
Just in the lobby.
I'm happy to show you where the signs are. Sure. Okay. Okay.
I mean,
We'll be right back.
Yeah, that's all good.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to show him the signs.
Yeah, there goes that. There is no expectation of privacy in public BS that they like to spew out. And that comes from a lot of frauditors talking about cats versus the United States. And of course, cats versus the United States is not exactly what the frauditors say it is. In fact, it could be quite the opposite from what they are saying. In fact, I'm thinking about doing an entire video about cats versus the United States here fairly soon, maybe in about a week or so whenever I have the time.
Much later.
Okay, there's the other two deputies there. Yeah, this guy, he's closing the door now. Can't lock it though because it's public property, but definitely got to go back in and finish the business that we need to do.
Access denied. Your pathetic, meaningless existence is not recognized.
I've got a question for you, James. If they're not supposed to lock it, then why the hell is that key card access right there? Do you even think these things through? Your capacity for abstract thought is, well, quite severely lacking.
It is what it is. Let's see y'all. Stay tuned.
How you doing, sir?
All right.
Okay, so again, I'm Deputy Barr, and I know you're going to ask my employee numbers 1, 2, 3,
For sure.
1, so I can make that easy for you. So to make sure we're not doing anything against what you're asking, I actually called our corporation counsel.
Okay.
Spoke with them.
Okay.
They said as long as those doors are closed and they put a note up right now, they don't want anybody in there. That's fine. If you have any questions regarding that, you can call the corporation counsel.
So, hold on, let me get this right. So, corporation counsel said that they don't want anybody inside of behavioral health services to receive services.
No, that's incorrect. No.
Oh, okay, because I'm confused.
They just don't want anyone filming or anything of that nature.
Right. So even if they don't, it's still a right that we have. You get what I'm saying?
Right, and that's why I'm saying if you have any questions regarding that, I just want to direct you to our corporation counsel because that's who I directly spoke with.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't have any questions.
Okay.
I don't have any questions at all about that because I know what we can do.
Right, and that's why I said, we don't want to tick you off in any way, shape,
Oh no, I'm never going to get ticked off.
No, I just want to make sure that you knew that's what we did on our end.
Right,
So
but
this came from the county's legal counsel.
Right. So who you probably should have contacted probably was like a higher up at the actual sheriff's office, because then they would know. You guys are law enforcement.
Correct.
Legal counsel they probably just interpret, but they should know that we have a First Amendment right to record. So if they told you something about not wanting somebody to do it, that's still an infringement.
You do realize how stupid that sounds, right? You're saying that a bunch of lawyers who actually know the law should defer to the police officers who enforce the law but don't study the law or even argue it in court. Yeah, what sense does that make? In fact, at this point, I'm beginning to suspect that, well, you like the sound of your own voice and don't care what kind of bullshit comes out of it as long as you hear it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Right. So yeah, they just don't want you inside there. And like I said, I can give you the corporation counsel's number.
No, because I'm definitely going to go back in. I got to. Like I said, I got official business here.
Well, if you got to fill that out and drop it off, just don't film in there, okay?
Well, I got to. I document everything when I come in contact with government, and this is a right. So I'm not going to allow it to be infringed upon. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, if you guys got to, you might have to call a commander, man, because it seems like you guys are unsure on what to do.
Well, no. Well, if you go back in there after they posted that,
and this is where the bulk of the video is, at least 20 to 30 minutes of him going in circles trying to get back into that room. But it doesn't exactly work out for him. In fact, he decides that he's going to go over to the sheriff's department and he wants to see the higher ups fill out a complaint form. But only one of those things gets accomplished. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, shall we?
Many minutes later.
Hello. Yes, I need to speak with someone of a higher authority, someone higher than a sergeant.
Is that camera on?
I can barely.
Do you have your camera on?
Yeah.
Can you turn it off? I don't like to be recorded.
Yeah, well, I understand, but I have to.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh, my living God, man. Boy, can you... Whew, we at the sheriff's department, and it's still a problem.
Hey, James, there's an old saying, if in your travels you encounter an asshole, then you've encountered an asshole. But if you continuously encounter assholes throughout your travels, then there is a distinct possibility that you might be the asshole. Did you ever think about that one? No, of course not. You're too much of an asshole to think about that.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
5 minutes later.
So, were you able to go get someone?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, can you?
They're not gonna come.
Why not? I need some assistance. I need help.
With what?
Speaking to a higher authority.
In regards to, I have to give them a purpose.
in regards to a complaint that I need to file?
There are complaint forms on the, in the kiosk out there.
Okay, that's cool. But I still need to speak to someone about what my rights being violated today.
How are your rights violated?
They were violated in a numerous of different ways by 4 different deputies. That's why I need to speak to his authority so I can put them on notice of what just occurred.
If you fill out that form, I'll make sure it gets taken care of.
So you're not going to ask for a commander to come speak to a member of the public, and I'm asking you to.
No.
Why not?
Because they're not available. They're doing their duty.
They're doing their duty. Oh. Okay. So what I'll do is just I'll try to call one and we'll go from there. Because obviously she don't want to be of a help. They're doing their duty. What it was is I can tell when she was back there speaking to someone about us recording her, she's probably salted in a peanut that whoever was in that back room must have told her he's good to go. That's why she didn't bring it up again, obviously. Now she don't want to call a commander, but what we're going to do is just try to call from our other phone to see if we can get someone dispatched here.
Dude, enough with the false narrative building. You don't know what was said back there. You don't know jack shit about anything. Now, he was never able to contact any of the higher ups because, you know, who wants to deal with this dipshit? So let's go ahead and skip to his walk of shame as he contemplates all his failures in his pathetic little life. So let's roll that beautiful bean footage, shall we? And I'm just going to end the video right there because, you know, it's kind of fitting with that dumpster being right there, representing how much of a pile of trash James truly is. Yeah, got nothing better to do in life than go around lying about his rights being violated when clearly they weren't being violated at all. He's just too damn ignorant to understand anything at all. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
This could be some groundbreaking stuff right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. The one and only Blackheart Night. All right. Oh, yes, indeed. All right. Minnie has just woke up. Hi, you want to say hi to the people? Yeah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, we've been over that whole process so many times, but it really is. It's like I always say, it's a control thing, you know. It has nothing to do with the law. It has nothing to do with rights. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. It's there to exploit people's images for profit on YouTube. That's all it is. See, we got Josiah's in the house. What's up? Who else? A bunch of people came in. Oh, P Barnes II, of course, is here. What's up? Great to see you. Unclean Hands. What's up? Stranger. Hey, how's it going? Been a minute. Yeah, we got a lot of great people here. We got Sue Bear in the house. Everybody's here. The gang's all here, ladies and gentlemen. Good times, good times, good times. I don't know, man. There was it's almost time for the cupcake dance. Methodist Dave says we love Mini Hez. All right. Yes. He's a good boy. I think he's not. I don't know. It's Monday. You know, what do you expect? It's kind of normal for anybody to wake up with low energy on a Monday. So Minnie is no exception. He's a good boy, though. We love him. So, I'm thinking about, like, when I go back to Florida the next time I go, I'm thinking of sort of maybe not necessarily leaving this whole section blank until then, but I'm thinking like all the props and all the stuff that I have down there that I used to have behind me to sort of save that spot for that stuff, you know. like drawings that you guys did, like Sue Bear, other people that did artwork for me and other things that I could put up on the walls, paintings that I used to get from you guys. So much. Great stuff. See, 5 minutes to the cupcake dance. What do I got? I don't have any 5-minute videos. Let's see. Yeah, no. No longer than 5 minutes. Oh, that's when this guy comes along and says, "Play my video." Uncle Artie's Brown's Big Grill of Stupidity for $4.99. Here's your happy dance. Let's go. All right, thank you so much. I'll tell you what, Uncle Artie, he's a good dude. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. He's horrible. Let me see. I have to he always sends me links and then I have to open it in YouTube because it's not I can't click on links in StreamYard. If I click on it, it just highlights the comment. All right, here we go. There it is. All right, I got it. All right. Let's check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what Uncle Artie has in store.
Oh, Uncle Artie's Bar and Girl Stupidity. How can I help you? Hey, Artie. Hey, I'm Clean Hands. Long time no talk. What's up? What's up?
You have been drinking dihydrogen monoxide.
No, I haven't. That stuff's like nasty or something from what I heard.
You've been putting it into booze all along.
No, I haven't. Man, are you making stuff up?
I have never lied a day in my life.
The hell's dihydrogen monoxide, dude?
You have been drinking water all this time. You pinhead. Think about it next time.
Oh, what? Why are you insulting me for, dude? That ain't nice.
No wonder why you have stupidity at the end of your bar's name. You pinhead.
Gee, he ain't very nice. Oh well.
For more awesome content, like and subscribe. Do it now, or I'll hunt you down. Smash like, subscribe.
Round of applause for Uncle Artie, ladies and gentlemen. Sue Bear for $2 can testify that Uncle Artie's a good dude. Yes, he is. Here's your happy dance, Sue Bear. Let's go. Where'd I put that song? Oh, yeah, there it is. All right, yes, love it. Texas Tim's in the house with two. Yeah. Great stuff. Definitely Unclean pranked me. Oh man. That's cool. But I like that. But you should have emailed me. I probably could have got you and Unclean, like, for him to actually do his voice instead of you having to use an AI voice. But you never know. That was hilarious. So hello to everyone but Hez. See, dag nabbit, Uncle Artie. Anyway, guys, it's just about time for the cupcake dance. We're on our way. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. It's Monday. It's this week is it. Friday is Good Friday. Sunday is Easter. And then the kids are going to be on spring break all next week. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to, spend more time here during the week. The problem is I still have to work when they're off school. So, like, what are they just going to hang out at my house while I'm not home, while I'm working? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's all good. Tomorrow is going to be cool, and I'm sure I'll talk about this again tomorrow because it's tomorrow night. He's having the Pokemon party at his school tomorrow night, so we're going to go there after I get off of work. That's going to be awesome. They're on spring break late. Yeah, I kind of like the idea. Instead of having spring break and then an Easter break or whatever, it's like Easter starts their spring break. That way, you know, they have that whole week off instead of having to go back right after Easter. I don't know. Just the way their school has it set up. Pikachu, yes, that's right. And you see I got my Snorlax right there. And there's a little Squirtle on the picture. That's Pikachu, there's Squirtle. Yep. Anyway, it's time for the cup. Cake. Happy. Let's go. All right. Okay. Ole. All right. Oh, buenos tardes, amigos. Although it's dias tardes is later. Anyway, no. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. It's Monday. We're going to have a great week. I'll see you guys. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Thank you for joining me as always. Ooh, yeah.